when Captain America throws his mighty shield. All those who chose to oppose his shield must yield. If he's led to a fight and a duel is due, then the red and the white and the blue will come through when Captain America throws his mighty shield.
You're listening to... What the hell's wrong with you?
I haven't had a cigarette in 48 hours. There's so much nicotine in me right now. Patches of gum.
We're never going to get this show started the way you're going.
Sorry, it's not my fault. God damn it.
What the hell, man? Great, now you made a wet spot.
I just...
All over yourself. So that's how it feels.
Hey.
You sure you're ready?
No, let's try it.
Oh my god, Jay.
Well, the idea is to laugh, right?
Well, that was just beyond laugh. That was an unexpected reaction that I got from you.
You got all quiet, like, here we are now. Fifth hole. Gene's got a 7-iron. Let's see how he does in the fairway.
Oh, he boggled his baloney. Oh, jeez. Parcheesi!
Right.
I'll be waiting to try this again. Wait, drink.
Shut up.
Drink. He liked the juice. He liked the juice a lot.
Alright. Is that what we're doing? We're trying to fuck each other up, alright?
So, we'll try this again.
Okay, go.
You're listening to the Monster Sci-Fi Show.
That's right.
Sci-fi from a certain point of view. And Gene? Hail Hydra.
Yes, of course. Yeah, okay. Good, sure.
So, if the opening credits did not allude you to what we're talking about, we'll be talking about Captain America and his amazing shield. And that's in the winter.
That's the winter, yeah. The winter of our discontent.
The winter is coming. Oh, wait, that's Game of Thrones. That's Game of Thrones. So, the Winter Soldier, which we'll be talking about in a little bit, because...
The Winter Sojourner? Is that... No.
Soldier, no.
Solstice? It's almost there.
It's over. Winter's over. So this movie should have come out in the winter. Whatever.
Yeah, that is kind of weird, isn't it? It's Winter Soldier, but it's spring. Yeah, okay, never mind.
Springtime for Hitler.
In Germany. Yeah, okay.
Is it in Germany or...
I think it's in Germany.
Okay, because I thought it was springtime for Hitler and Germany.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
All right.
It's a one-word difference we're talking about.
Yes, it is.
So I'm going out without cigarettes for a day, and it's been interesting. I'm trying to quit smoking, so I've got nicotine patches and nicotine gum all over. So, yeah, doing well. Doing well. Not nervous at all. Not anxious. Nope. Fine. Good.
He does have a drinking problem, as you heard earlier. But...
It made me laugh.
Well, that was an unexpected reaction that I was not planning on.
Keep going.
Whatever the case is. So, let's do a couple of things. We did the last podcast on Nerd Rage, which half of it was lost, which I was really pissed about. But still, you got at least a good hour-plus podcast.
Your butt fell asleep anyway, so you're fine.
Oh, God. I don't know why you even know that my butt fell asleep, but...
I don't... Not the listeners! Not you!
What
the
the
world
hell?
does not revolve around you!
Or my butt.
Oh, God.
Whatever.
Okay.
Alright, so,
Go.
one of the things that came out of... Of course, this is a spoiler alert. Don't listen to this podcast whatsoever if you have not seen Captain America the Winter Soldier. Because, basically, it's always going to be spoilers. So, you do have your one and only warning at this point, so... Yeah, I've been warned.
Too farty.
Too farty. Damn it. Okay. So, having said that, what did you think about Captain America? The Winter Soldier, Gene?
It was edited like a Michael Bay film. I didn't mind it. I thought it was okay. I watched it. I was okay with it. I didn't mind. Was I entertained? Did I have fun? Not as much as I hoped, but it was okay. It moved forward. It had a conspiracy plot. It changed the future of Marvel films to come, which that's what it was supposed to do. Okay.
You know what kills me is that I thought for certain, 100%, that you would love this movie more than Thor 2. And it wasn't at all, even remotely close to that. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm
like your 7-year-old son. You can't make me happy with anything.
And then we switched that role on Thor 2. And I'm like, no, this movie sucked. And yet you liked it. And then this, to me, was my Thor 2 for you.
I know.
Because you went in thinking, this is great, this is good. It's consistent with the telling of the grander scale of the Marvel universe.
And I didn't mind, but...
Yeah, but basically you were wowed by it. You weren't exactly impressed by it. You were just like, all right, fine. I gotta watch this movie, like you said. I gotta watch this movie to get the other stuff.
Right. It's the next piece in the puzzle for the Avengers. The Avengers Age of Ultron. I have the final piece.
Unlike Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which you don't have to watch anymore because it's shit.
But it's tempting me back. Tonight's the episode where they deal with the ramifications of the movie that... I don't care.
Which the title is going to be Agents of... ... Because there is no more S.H.I.E.L.D.
If I would just watch... They're going to poop on my face again, aren't they? If I watch the...
Yes,
they're just going to poop my... The Thor crossover. Is it going to be the thing, the iguana thing? No, they're just picking up garbage and just... Yeah, I don't know what the...
It's pointless at this stage of the game because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should have had this mystery about what was going on with Hydra. Not necessarily giving us a reveal, but you know what? Something's going on with S.H.I.E.L.D. Coulson goes under and is brought back for a reason. Let's use that as a reason to have viewers get engaged. Fine. You're not going to do the superhero freak of the week, or you're not going to have the missing artifact of the week, or the same... Well,
to be fair, though, we haven't seen it, and I've been keeping a distant track of it, and evidently one of the major agents is a double agent.
Right.
Which is kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, but...
If I cared...
That's the problem. We didn't care. We don't care. That's the problem.
That amateur girl got raised status. Sky, I think, is her name. She got raised status so she could look at some clearance level. It doesn't matter. Why am I talking about things I don't care about?
No, because we had this expectation right from the beginning. Coulson's coming back. This is huge. We're going to have a TV series to kind of bridge the gap between the movies, which that was its role to kind of say, hey. Iron Man 3 just came on DVD right before, hey, Thor 2 is on a DVD, and now, hey, Captain America is now in the theaters, and they kind of bridge the gap and play off, which they tried to do, but it doesn't work well. Arrow, which you have not caught up with, it's DC's S.H.I.E.L.D. version because they're setting up...
But done right.
Done right in a DC universe with... they did, we talked about this, the Suicide Squad, they have other characters coming in, coming out. So you understand that universe better. And you do have powered beings that they can use. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., except for Extremis in the first episode, to me, it's like they couldn't afford the special effects. And watching Winter Soldier, I'm like, keeping it more realistic with the action fight sequences. You're not going to have... repulsors, or you're going to have a flying hammer, with Meow Meow, or super strength with the Hulk and smashing up things. You had people fighting hand-to-hand combat using guns, which you didn't like, and we'll talk about that.
Rapidly edited, computer-generated stuff that, fine.
But it was more grounded.
And I didn't mind.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. could have easily done that.
No, not on their budget.
They could have done that easily. They do that on a goddamn flying bus every week. Really... That's how you're going to get around, and with Lola in the back, who's on repulsor ray.
Coulson gets out of a boat in his suit.
No. So, that's something that is fundamentally wrong with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And which is their...
Look, for me, the idea is simply, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a show for the common man. Not really for the
Which
fanboys.
common man?
Not for fanboys.
It's a dumbed down
understand.
common man. That's the problem.
Yeah, but they don't care. The common man who doesn't understand, like, all right, Captain America is in what universe? Is he in the DC universe or the Marvel universe? Which one?
He's in the funny pages.
But most people, you do that.
I know.
Batman, which he does. They don't care. They don't care. They just want to be entertained.
Well,
it doesn't matter to them.
Then that's a problem with
not paying
the
attention.
brand itself.
Well,
Because you should know enough to at least say Marvel, DC, and who belongs where.
People don't care.
Well,
I mean, we do. I mean, we were born and raised on comic books, and we can't stop but care. And the thing for me, the problem I had with Winter Soldier was that it was so fast cut for me, and I get it,
right?
But it was not. I mean, I'm a mid 40-year-old man, and I'm watching it. I can keep up with it, but I'm like, wow, so fast. So many things. No time to enjoy a shot.
Right.
Particularly with the chaos
I totally
and the
agree
fight
with you.
scenes, you know. And
but
this is not for me. This is for the 13-year-old who's pumped up on adrenaline.
No, there are some shots in which they do, like with Captain America running in the very beginning
Yes.
on the boat. He's running. You see the long sequences.
And I was like, if you just miscalculate 1/8's gone. Your shield's in the ocean. We're not going to find that again.
No, I get it because I was also watching Spider-Man, the original one with Tobey Maguire, and his fights are not cut as quickly as what you're talking about, and I get it. Right. Because the snappiness in which...
It was like a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah.
And I get it, the telegraphing of a punch.
Right.
And the logics of a fight. I saw that, and it was quick cut, but I was just like...
Right.
You know what? I would much rather you back the camera up a few feet.
Right.
And let me see the whole sequence.
Right, which is kind of like the other thing that I was saying, that it's the Food Network problem.
Yeah, too close to the food, or
right, like Jamie
you would
Oliver.
explain that, yes.
If you're taking the camera and you're focusing so close to the food that you're cooking the food and it's like it's unrecognizable, so you need to kind of step back to appreciate what you're doing and how it's being cut or how it's being prepped, and to get a better sense of that that idea they're trying to convey to you. But if everything's quick, cut, and it's so close, it really has the opposite effect of you being drawn in. It pushes you out in this case. So I agree on that.
I mean, that it had one of the best car destruction scenes I've seen in a long time, and certainly in a Marvel movie. I was really happy about that. But gosh, so I don't. Okay, so we used the same thing twice. Okay, when you're in trouble, cut through the street. Sure, there's concrete down there, but there's sewer pumps. They used that same device twice, and I was like, yeah, and then
setting. It's a setup.
Yeah,
it's a setup.
It's a lazy rider's device.
It is, but it's
like
not
the sonic screwdriver.
No, but in fairness, and this is what I think why Winter Soldier worked better, because we've seen things before, and they had a setup with the villain and Hydra and all this other stuff being brought back. I felt fundamentally this was a great setup for a good story. Because we already know what's going on. We've seen Bucky before. We've seen Zola before. And the surprises is like this big reveal. So you already had that setup. So Nick Fury doing that whole cutting of the shit into his the hood of his car and down to the concrete was a setup for later on they're going to use to do that. So there is some kind of logic and payback. It's like, we're not going to show you this for a reason and not do it later on. So at least they do use it. That's the only good thing.
Okay.
Not just... When the hell does...
So they use the bat shark repellent twice. Is that what you're saying?
Basically. It's like, out of all the times, now you bring this up. This was one occasion.
Hand down the bat shark repellent.
Yeah, and then blow it up. And
dolphin repellent, blueberry repellent. Yeah, sorry. Man,
so,
all right, yeah.
But that's, in fairness, they use it because they already showed it before.
Right, we're nitpicking, but yeah.
It's not nitpicking, but it's funny. It's like saying, well, since when did Black Widow can spin her own webs? That's kind of like...
She finally got to use her taser things, but it...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not generally what they're used for. And usually she shoots projectiles. But in the movie, she just uses guns.
Yeah, but in the groundedness, I think it works fine. So moving on from there, one of the things that I found really fascinating... and I'm losing my point here.
Things you found fascinating about Winter Soldier. Go!
No, the little nods
The Easter eggs.
The little Easter eggs that we saw in the movie itself.
The mention of Stephen Strange, the flash of the Avengers Tower,
right,
and Tony Stark's name popping up a bit.
Right, and the little nod even for Samuel L. Jackson on his gravestone from Nick Fury. The famous line that he would say in Pulp Fiction was etched into his tombstone, and I'm like, no one got it. I didn't hear one chuckle, and I'm like, I know that line. So then when I realized what it was just like, haha, me, I'm the only one. Yay.
I'm going to miss Hollywood from the Rocketeer. And he does. Yeah, no one laughs. Yes. Just me.
And that's the weird thing. It's like, you have to watch it again or be big enough dorks like we are and we will get it. Like, they just dropped it. I know that name. And, so to me, that was more pleasurable than watching Thor 2, which had none of that whatsoever. The villain, who is forgettable, has to be introduced in the very beginning, and then he's gone for a while, comes back in the middle, and then there he is for the climax. And I'm like, I didn't give a shit. At least Zola was interesting enough to release the algorithm and really get into this notion that Hydra has been playing us all along, and Hell Hydra is going through the whole thing with the senators. I'm like, that's amazing. That's amazing to me. And I that's why the whole Hell Hydra thing is so funny, because it's so embedded now in our everyday thinking that I'm like, that's great.
Well, I agree with that, but I think that it's only for this movie. I don't know. You'll still see Hydra maybe, but the thing is, in the future, but like the Avengers movie is all about Ultron, and maybe they're seeding the whole AI thing into that universe a little bit.
Yeah,
but it's compartmentalized within this movie. Sure, it changed it just eliminated S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
That's what the main goal of this film was, and it was complex enough. It had enough, a lot of characters that all of them held their own pretty much, which I was impressed with. I was really afraid that we'd have Batman and Robin syndrome
or Spider-Man 3,
which but it was okay. It held okay. It held together okay. But it was funny. That's the thing. But it wasn't, for me. It wasn't a good time. It wasn't quite as serious as Man of Steel, which on repeated viewings for me gets worse and more painful.
Right.
Because it's not fun. The Captain America movie does have funny lines. It is enjoyable. It is an espionage movie. It is a thriller.
Right.
It is a 1970 conspiracy kind of spy thing, and it works on all those levels.
Right.
But for me, it was just...
And even on a character arc for Rogers is more developed into someone that is a man at a time, because he's losing a piece of his history with Peggy, and now he's being reunited with an old friend who is now almost his age, because he talked about how he has no...
right, my barbershop quartet is dead.
Exactly. So he jokes on that.
I go back to Smithsonian because I get bored. Just to inspire children.
There's a real logic into why he is the way he is. He's basically a man at a time, but Bucky is the only tie that he has to the past that is now literally his age. So there's every reason for him not to go ahead and kill Bucky. He really wants that.
Your best friend.
Right.
I mean,
right.
There's that unnecessary flashback sequence that you need in case you haven't seen the first film.
Which is like, okay.
We just tack that in here, just throw that in here randomly.
Because it never happened in the first movie, but we're going to throw it in here. And like, okay, fine. But that was something that I liked about Captain America. That, he does what he has to do in the mission. He has to take people out. He will do the knives or whatever. But,
a little bit more violent in this film. A little bit more... All right. You stabbed that man's hand. He stabbed that man's hand. Okay, keep going.
He was reaching for the alarm.
True.
What are you going to do?
True.
He could have thrown the shield and chopped that fucker off. And I really love the fact that, his wrist action with the shield is a lot more,
pronounced?
Very pronounced. I mean, he's using that shield like nobody's business. It does this. But wait, there's more. Act now. You get one shield for the price of... No, you get two shields for the price of one. And
one covert colored shield,
exactly,
which is blue and red, or dark blue.
And now it's just all blue.
Right, yeah.
So, but it's amazing how he's able to, chop blocks and do other things.
Disable a hover carrier,
yeah.
Jump up there, grab it, throw it, disable the ship, have it spin down, and
so
keep going.
It's more than just blocking bullets, going pew 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 pew. So it's its own character, so to speak. So But it was funny because listening to the song in the very beginning, like nothing happens until Captain America throws his mighty shield anyway. But here it's like, well, the shield is kind of catching up to Captain America because he's doing a lot more. So whereas the Captain is always kind of static in the background and he does lead, here it's like he's more charge.
He develops.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and so finally we get to the Captain America that I always knew in my head in the comics and so forth in the old animation from the 60s. So he's up to that point now, finally. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the Avengers if he takes the charge, leading the Avengers, as opposed to the little bit that Iron Man says, "What do we do now, Cap?" or something to that effect.
I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I know that Joss Whedon is an amazing storyteller. But right now you have all these elements that are just going to come together. You've got the Age of Miracles that we have to deal with.
We can't say mutants.
No, that's Fox.
Why, you ask? Because Fox has the X-Men. And they, too, have their own version of the Quicksilver. Which, if you've ever done any Google searches for either Quicksilver heroes, I could not be more disappointed in their rendition of that character. Not that I expected to have the white-haired, white-horned, flash lightning in the pale teal costume with a bolt of lightning across it. But these are just complete opposite. In the Avengers, in the Winter Soldier version, you have a more buff Quicksilver. And then in the X-Men one, you see some kind of geeky, skinny, 80s tech Walkman carrying kid who is running fast. And I'm like, what the hell is that shit?
It's all up to interpretation.
That's the problem. It's the wrong interpretation.
It's not solid. That's the thing. You want consistency throughout your movies. But when you have different studios and different filmmakers, everyone's going to spin it different.
I know, but it just seems awkward. And this case, when we talked about, we shouldn't judge too early about certain things. Well, finally, when I saw the Quicksilver in action, I wasn't really that impressed. But that's
it's a preview. It's the end of the movie. You're not really paying attention to it. You have to pee anyway. You're just like, come on.
And remember, there are two post-credit scenes.
Yes, the last
one of which you can leave. And that's after you see the first one, you can leave because basically you know that Bucky Barnes is still alive at the end of the movie. But it's the reveal of looking at his past and saying, I want to be, I want to know.
I want to be an Avenger 2.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Maybe you could be an Avenger 3.
Maybe.
No. We'll see. But the other thing I did not like, and this is something we talked about, as much as we love looking at Scarlett Johansson's ass, her tits, whatever her physical attributes.
Her voice. We like listening to her voice from her. It made her for us.
Yeah.
And yet in this,
when she's saying, tell other people to run because
we decided that was a cold voice.
It's a cold voice.
You've got a cold.
Right. You have a cold.
Run!
And you're
scratchy
or it's breaking. As you're trying to scream, and it doesn't work.
She doesn't have any authority. The voice is not. It's not consistent with her character. Mind you, Scarlett, your character is Russian. Could we remember that, please? It's just.
Well, then of course, the first thing comes to mind is just doing something in Schwarzenegger. Get down, all of you, get it up now. So she's not going to say that.
No.
But if she did, I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? That's not Black Widow.
Maybe the villainess from Kick-Ass 2? I don't know. What the... Mother... No, that's not... What's her name? Mother Russia? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, it is Mother Russia. It is Mother Russia. I love Mother Russia.
Do that.
I will break you. No.
No, okay, that's not sex. No, don't do that. Okay. No.
But her delivery in some of the jokes... being snarky or being funny, just always.
Was that your first kiss in 1945 or whatever?
Which is fine, I get it.
But what is her motivation behind that? Is she teasing him? Is she just? I'm just wondering. We're just friends.
Yeah, but there are other lines too that she delivers, and it's just like it's like the one that she said in the first Avengers movie. Oh, that's not a party,
right?
No one laughs, and there are a lot of jokes that she says that same kind of tone. No one laughs. I think I laughed once when she says, "You'd like to play a game," and then she turns to Steve, like, "Hey, here's a friend movie." It's like, "Yes, I know, I've seen it."
They're referencing War Games, which, I don't know, but I think that Scarlett Johansson, she's not a comedic actor.
No, she can be. I don't think.
What movie was she ever in that was comedy?
Well, you haven't seen. Well, I'm not gonna say Don John was a comedy, but it's funny in some elements.
But you know what I mean? There's comic timing.
No, I know, and I don't think. It's hard to nail it, but it's just. I think it's just if we did another take. Well, let me back up. We had two directors dealing with her.
By the way, I just want to point out something just off the cuff.
Okay.
The writers for Captain America: Winter Soldier,
right?
The same writers for Dark World, same writers.
Oh. So Yost is in it.
No, well, not Yost, but these.
Well,
guys.
Yost was in the first one, and we know Yost because he was.
It's Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFlee.
Okay.
They wrote both of these. They're writing a lot of the Marvel stuff. So.
But Yost was the editor.
Script supervisor. Sure.
Wait, what was he in the Marvel animated and animated Avengers?
The animated Avengers. He was the writer.
He was the writer plus one of the producers.
I don't know.
Or story editors. No, he was a story editor for the Avengers. And we liked his stuff. And I actually found him on Facebook and I friended him. Because I said...
You friended his secretary.
No. Well, no, because in fairness, I really liked his stuff. Especially the stuff that he wrote was good stuff. And we had no problems with that. So it was kind of a shock to see Thor 2 come out the way it did. And for me, like, what the fuck? This is just terrible stuff. It didn't make me feel like anything he's written in the past. So I just don't know that maybe in the process you have too many cooks making that soup, and of course you know what happens later on.
Writers, Christopher Yost and others. Yes.
Yeah, see, that's...
but it's a collaboration.
But that's the problem. You lose focus because, okay, one guy wants to do this, one guy wants to do that. Basically, we're doing Brave again. Brother Bear with the Disney princess, and you collaborate and push two stories together that don't fit. Or you're doing Cars 2 when you're doing two different stories. The two A and B stories don't mix. They don't play well with each other. You're just telling two separate things, and you just put into one movie. The Spider-Man 3, you have a big mess where you have Parker's story, you have Sandman's story, you have Harry's story, and then you have Venom thrown into the mix. So what the hell, whose point of view are we supposed to relate to?
Who's the character that you're following for this moment?
Right. So for the most part, when I looked at Spider-Man 3, which I did earlier today, versus Captain America, yeah, it's a lot busier, but it's a little more controlled as far as the focus in Captain America than Spider-Man 3. So...
I'm not here to argue with you
no.
on this point. No, I agree. But I don't know. Overall, the movie was a good movie. I liked it. I'll rewatch it. But I'm not. I know it was an informative movie. I think that's what it was. And the big reveal is Hydra's been inside of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a long time,
right? And
they're tearing it apart essentially from the inside out. That's the whole. Ooh, and all your friends are not really your friends. Some of them are your enemies,
right? But Pierce, played by Robert Redford,
which was great. I loved it. Just Robert Redford is acting again.
No, and in fairness,
I haven't seen him. I haven't liked him since Sneakers.
Right. To see him play a bad guy, which is against type, which is finally what he maybe should have had a long time ago, like Harrison Ford playing that one bad guy, and lies.
Badgie. It's pronounced Badgie.
What?
No, it's a Muppet joke. You haven't seen that.
No, I haven't. No, but it's...
Dominic, bad guy? It's pronounced Badgie. It's fresh. Yes,
What Lies Beneath with Michelle Pfeiffer. When he plays the bad guy.
Oh, well, thanks. I was going to see that. No, well,
spoilers.
Yeah, good.
No, you don't have to. But the reveal that he tells to Nick Fury, it's like, you know what? Your enemies are our enemies. We want the same thing. We have the same goals. We can control the world and bring order to chaos. We just need to kill about how many people? 20 million people? That's all.
Just the most brilliant people. We've got this algorithm running that just, taste potential, and those that could be dangerous. We're just going to kill them. We're going to launch up these 3 ships. They're going to go up 3,000 feet.
That's all.
Yeah, that's it. Just like, what?
So it's less than a mile. It's maybe 3/4 of a mile up.
It doesn't.
And you can shoot everybody from space.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not even from space. It's not even suborbital. Orbital. It's just.
And yet the crash of that was less impressive than the Enterprise when the dreadnought comes down from the.
Oh, that was pointless.
I know.
At least here they crash into the Triskelion.
Yeah, and in slow motion rips through the building.
Yeah.
One of it's supposed to blow up now. When's it gonna blow? It's gonna blow up, man.
Any day now. Well, one of the things that I liked was Falcon. A great deal, more so than I expected.
Yeah, his costume based on the Ultimate's Falcon, which is better, more realistic, and I like that they pulled from the Ultimate Universe.
Right, a lot of things.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, thank God. Okay.
Yeah. So, and yes, I remember Falcon having a falcon on his arm, and it's all a feather-based suit. It's not going to be a comic book version of that.
No, you're not going to have the red and
because
white.
a lot of things have to be grounded, and unfortunately, that's not grounded in this universe. So I can live without that.
That's in Universe 626. Oh gosh, which is the universe that the Marvel Universe exists in? 6. I have forgotten.
Nerd data coming through. Nerd data coming through.
I don't know. Keep going. I don't know.
There's no 001?
No. Just keep talking. Okay. I forgot.
So in that universe, he exists. And he's going to look it up on his iPad. Oh, God damn it. All right. So.
You'll edit this out.
Screw that shit.
Keep going.
All right. One of the things I wanted to bring up, and it was kind of like weird. It's like, why did they keep focusing on this guy? And that's the Brock Rublow. He is one of the, I'm not going to say a henchman, but he's one of the people that is after Rogers and his gang. And even towards the end, he's still in the mix. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And I don't know, because he survives and it's still showing him again. I'm like, what's the point of this guy still showing in the movie that he survived the whole crash in Triskelion? Because he's going to be known later on as some character named Crossbones, which I don't know who that is. So
I know who he is, but I didn't make the connection. I knew he was going to be in the movie. I completely forgot because I was like, oh. No.
And then that we brought the question
616.
616. Thank you, Gene, for that nerd data.
That's the mainstream kind of.
That's where we are.
Yeah, that's
616.
But the alternate. Oh, never mind. That's fine. Good, keep going.
And we're known as no. Anyway, so that was the one thing. Is like, why are they focusing so much on this character? That should have. It's a background character. It's like in every scene a major action scene. So I still don't know who the hell Crossbones is. And then we talked about, well, Captain America doesn't have many popular villains that we know of.
But I was thrilled about Bartok.
Yeah,
Bartok the Leaper made it to the freaking movie, and I was happy about that.
Right.
Like, yay! And he leaps. I was like, yeah. I was happy.
But other than Baron Zemo, Red Skull, there's not a whole lot of villains that you can name off the top of your head for Captain America. He doesn't have a whole lot of a rogue gallery.
No, he doesn't. He's a B-grade character.
And it's
even though he's a symbol of patriotism, and that's great.
Yeah.
He's not.
I mean, even Iron Man, the Mandarin was a complete lost opportunity to have a main nemesis fight against Iron Man, but that was for the sake of the story, a red herring. And then Thor, other than Loki, I don't know of any other nemesis.
Beta Ray Bill, kind of, but that's a misunderstanding.
Yeah, but that's because of the Thor core, and that whole mess does not make sense. Why a talking horse has a hammer. Billy Ray Cyrus. Why did he join the Thor core? His little achy breaky heart. His little achy breaky horsey heart.
Yes. Yeah, they're best when they're all brought together in the Avengers. That's just it.
So, one of the most heartbreaking moments that I loved, and it's something that I'm glad they did, was to see Haley Atwell, Peggy Carter being brought back for the one scene that she has with him. That, she's on her bed, really far gone in her age, and she's talking to Steve and kind of recounting their time together, and then
and talking about serious things.
Right.
You're troubled. What's on your mind? And then she starts coughing.
Right, and then she has this moment where she just, Steve, how did she get here? And all this. Yeah. I'm like, it breaks your heart because it's Alzheimer's that's happening to her. That's
not how it works. I know that personally, but
I know.
I did. I was like, it's fine. Okay, good.
The point comes across because you see that moment in his face, that pain. It's like, oh my God, I lost her. But he still holds true to himself. He plays it. He plays it for. Just goes through the motions. Yeah, it's like, I'm here for you. I'm gonna save my dance for you, for my breast girl, and
it's very cute.
It's great, and hopefully, if Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does not go through, and we get Agent Carter as a series, who forms that beginnings of S.H.I.E.L.D. as was alleged in this movie, I'm kind of on board for that. Because then that will kind of tie us to the beginning of S.H.I.E.L.D. and lay out the whole Hydra subplot. And at least that will be more interesting than watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
But then are you interested in the young Gotham thing that they're doing with a 12-year-old Batman?
That's ridiculous. I will give you points on having a Gotham universe, having Gotham police, maybe introducing some of the Gotham villains, but for God's sakes, it makes no sense to have a young Batman or a young Catwoman or anything to that effect in which they're not going to be in it and say, well, they're preparing for the roles of their lives or whatever down the road. That's just, it's bullcrap. I don't buy it. I don't like it. It's not young Indiana Jones crap that we saw.
Well,
no, because at least with him, he went and roamed around the world and became the person he was through the interactions of other people, not centralized in just one spot. Batman became a master of what he learned while abroad. That's the storyline, and now it's time for him to go.
Right.
So, let him be going. Goodbye. He'll come back at the end of the series as Batman. If that's what you want to do, fine, I'll do that. But for him, for the producers or the series creators saying, well, at the end of the series run, that's when we'll get Batman. Fuck you. Don't. You played around a lot with Smallville, being the whole no flights, no tights scenario.
Right.
So, I don't want to do superheroes on the cheap. Arrow has a good mix. They do it right. I'm fine with that.
But they're experimenting. They're just poking at it.
I know they are. But, look, we're going to get Gotham. We're going to get Flash. We're going to get, supposedly, Amazon, which is something that's still on hold for the CW. DC.
I don't want to know about that.
Well, basically, it's a Wonder Woman series.
I know. I don't want to know anything about that.
So, they can't call her Amazon if she's going to be Kryptonian.
Stop it. That's a movie. Continuities don't have to run parallel. That's fine. They can do whatever they want.
So, having said that, I still want to see an Agent Carter series with her in the lead. And I would bring back the Howling Commandos that were from the movie.
God, no.
Yes, no. I want to see Jim Duggan, sorry.
I know who he...
Yeah. I want him back. I want him in that series. I think it would work to be kind of like a Wonder Woman that was in the first series.
Right.
That took place in World War II. Do that with this series. I would so be on board.
You and like 13 other people.
Hey, it's more than what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has now, so...
Oh, Lord.
What was the other thing that I got really pissed off about? Oh, Jenny Agutter. The one of the 4 council people.
Not kicky ass and...
No, she did at the end, and then turned out to be not her.
Yeah, I know.
Now that... refresh my memory. Was there ever a time in which Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did something like that, which they had in their face?
The Mission Impossible things?
Yeah.
The masks? No.
Yeah. Okay.
The only thing they've kind of done like that is the life model decoys, but they just touch upon. They don't really do that.
Right.
So.
Okay. So that's my thing. How is it that we saw this never
Superman
before?
threw the S on his chest in Superman 2. You like Superman 2, right? Wasn't that fun?
Not that
Threw
part.
the S.
Not that part. So what the hell is that point?
So you better explain that better, though. So, yeah.
Which part?
Yo, just that she's wearing a disguise, essentially. That's
Okay.
Scarlett Johansson.
Well, Jenny being the now elder woman, I should say, in this movie, but I saw her in the first, I guess it was in the Avengers. Yeah, in the council, like Fury.
Right. She
You see her, but in the shadows, like kind of like the council room or the council that Jor-El had in the first Superman movie. Guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty. And then now we see her in the Captain America movie sitting in a virtual chair, which it's...
I had problems with that, but
yes,
okay.
I know. It's like, so, let me get this right. S.H.I.E.L.D. bought a chair, and no one's sitting in it, but someone is going to be sitting in it virtually, so it's going to have, basically, it's never going to be worn out at all. It's going to get dust. Someone has to clean that chair that no one's going to be sitting in.
Or don't move them, yeah.
They're there for a reason. Whatever.
We gotta move it. When someone moved it, the armrest is poking out of her stomach. We got it now.
Right. So basically, she looks like she's hovering like Professor X in Days of Future Past.
Poster.
Flying on fart fire.
Yes.
Like in the poster. So my thing is like, all right, and I talked about this earlier. If you're going to show it and bring it back and do it again,
right.
You do that. When does S.H.I.E.L.D. have this technology in which she are able to camouflage their face?
I don't doubt that they have it.
I know, but then we have no setup for that. Like,
not like the torch. We just showed us to use the neighbor. It was a plant, essentially, and I was
neighbor.
Like, what?
Hey neighbor.
Hey neighbor. Yeah. No, I just felt. Yeah, you know he's constantly surrounded by people from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
And or Hydra. He's got no life. He's just
And
constantly being surveilled, and yet. I like Black Widow's mission. Just get him laid. Just ask someone out. Go out with somebody. Just
yeah, but it's not about getting laid. I think the bigger issue is like, and I'm not a vet, and I'm not going to belittle the vets, but when your life is always about whatever missions, whatever orders you have to take, what do you do when you're done? When you're done with everything. And it's just yourself.
Are you suffering from post-traumatic stress?
Not necessarily for that, but for yourself. How do you adjust to civilian life or to a life that it's not always about the mission? Because you talked about, and Falcon was asking, what do you do for fun? It's like, what makes you happy? It's like, I don't know. He doesn't know. So it's interesting that he would do his list, like in the very beginning, which we thought we wanted to kind of bring up.
It's been translated to different languages and different things. And we thought we'd add some things to that list. If you were talking to Captain America,
right? So
Monster, what would you say?
Well, because it was kind of vague, and we figured let's narrow it down to just a couple of things. And those things were going to be, let's recommend something for him to eat, something to watch, like TV or a movie, and something for him to do. You know, it's kind of like our bucket list for him.
Right? You want to go first?
Well, what's the first thing I want him to watch? Well, one movie that I recommend, Young Frankenstein. He has to watch Young Frankenstein. It has a lot of references. It has a lot of... It's just a funny-ass movie. And because he would have understanding about Frankenstein, and then it would also kind of bring the gap of other things going on in society back in the 70s or whatever when Young Frankenstein aired. I think it would have been kind of like he needs to be brought up to speed, and this has a lot of jokes and humor.
My suggestion for things I would like him to enjoy, media-wise, I think read Ender's Game. Ender's Game is, it's strategic. It's a suggested reading for the U.S. military. Read that. You'll like it.
Okay.
And you'll understand it. And it'll be cool.
All right.
If you want, you can also watch a movie.
If you got time.
If you have time. Right.
All right. And then I was like, what could I have him eat? And I'm like, I don't know. The only thing that I can think of is the one thing. Whenever I go to Orlando...
Fluffernutters?
No, I don't... No, I don't like fluffernutters.
I don't know.
It's just disgusting.
I know.
It's a weird peanut look... Whatever.
Yeah. Banana with marshmallow.
Yeah. No, my thing is like every time I go to Orlando, specifically the West End or the Marketplace, they has the Selma cookies, and that's basically the Disney $5 cookie that has white chocolate, raspberry, and chocolate chips in this big ass cookie. And I could not think of a better combination of crap you can put in your mouth, and like that's it. That's my to die last meal. Just give me a fucking cookie, and I'm good.
But that cookie.
That cookie specifically. It's called Selma's Cookies because that's who makes it, but Disney sells it as the white chocolate, raspberry chocolate chip cookie.
So for the things that I tell them to go to... I'd have to say this carefully. Go to Five Guys hamburgers. Hamburgers. Don't go to Five Guys. Just go to Five Guys hamburgers.
Wait, and what do you want the Five Guys to do?
Yeah, just eat their burgers.
Have Five Guys put their meat in your mouth.
That's what I have to be careful. Just go there.
No,
it's a good burger. I like the burgers.
The burgers are.
I crave their burgers sometimes.
Yeah, that's a good.
You like that suggestion from?
Yeah.
But watch your cholesterol.
Well, he's got super serum. He doesn't have to worry about his damn cholesterol.
All right.
So So my last thing is, what do I want him to do? A bucket list for me. I want him to find Bigfoot. Just go out in America, find me a Bigfoot.
He's just going to go out and find Wendigos or Sasquatch from Alpha Flight.
Well, that's because he's in the wrong direction. That's Canada. I'm talking about America.
If he comes to Florida, he'll find the skunk ape. If he goes to... Yeah,
I really...
There's regional Bigfoots.
No, I know.
What about the Loch Ness Monster? What about aliens?
No, aliens... No.
We know aliens exist.
Okay, here's my idea. Growing up, I always thought, well, okay, if I was the president of the United States of America, what I would do is solve all the world's problems first, and then
then find Bigfoot.
And then find Bigfoot. Because I want to devote so much time and resources to finding Bigfoot. It makes perfect sense.
It's just Captain Caveman.
Captain Caveman! No, he's not. That's just me. I want him to find Bigfoot. And if it's anything like the $6 Million Man under the giant Bigfoot, the two of them are going to fight, and then who else is going to...
robot!
Yeah. And Steve Rogers almost got his ass kicked.
All right.
Who else is going to defend us except Captain America fighting Bigfoot? Oh my god, that'll be such a great comic book. Just imagine the possibilities on that. So, can you top that?
I'd tell him to go to Disney World. That'd be fun. Go to Disney World. Strange things are happening there.
In Orlando.
They're taking over.
Not California. Go to Orlando.
He's going to be there anyway.
Okay, so...
He's already on our cruise ship.
So let me ask this question. Which park? Which rides?
Whichever he wants. It's his vacation.
No.
Have a fun time.
No. You need to be more specific.
Oh my god.
You got 4 fucking parks. You got Epcot, you got...
Fine. Go to Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Actually, well, I'd send them to Magic Kingdom to have a turkey leg. But,
okay.
Because those things are fun. Go out Big Thunder Mountain, but I don't think he'd have a good time, because really, going there recently, it's for kids. Don't go there. Go to Epcot. Go to Epcot. He'll have a better time at Epcot.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. And I know this is kind of stupid, but it's just...
It was random.
Yeah.
Here's some randomness from us. Yeah, take it. Blah, blah, blah.
So if you thought it was funny, that was my idea. If you didn't think it was funny, it was
my
Gene's idea.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Okay.
If you stop listening...
Press 1 if you want to delete this podcast. 2 if you wanted to add to your favorites.
And don't do anything if you're not listening, which you probably, just...
So the other thing that I wanted to bring up, this is just a side note. I was watching another Chris Evans movie that is not out in the theaters, but it was released internationally, and that's Snowpiercer. And this is a movie that is directed by the director, and I can't pronounce his name without screwing it up, but it's the director of the movie The Host, not the movie by the book by Stephanie Meyer, but it's a Korean monster movie that came out, I think 3 or 4 years ago, called The Host, which I loved. So this was his first, I would say, predominantly English-speaking role, or English-speaking movie that he directed. And it's got a good cast. I mean, it has Chris Evans, It has Tilda Swinton, John Hurt, Ed Harris. Even Alison Pill from what's that movie?
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim. Thank you. That she's in there. So when I saw this, he had his. I'm not gonna say co-star, but his person, the person that was with him in the story, is the actor Jamie Bell. Jamie Bell, if you're not following the news, is going to be in the Fantastic Four reboot, and he's going to be playing the Thing. So it's kind of weird that Chris Evans was in the Fantastic Four movie in which he played the Human Torch, and he's palling around with this guy on the set. And he's going to be playing the Thing. So I thought that was kind of an interesting little side note to watch. But Snowpiercer is going to be released sometime this year. I think it's going to be July or August. But I saw this online just because I wanted to. I heard about this movie a couple of years ago, so I wanted to see what's made. I read a little bit of the graphic novel. And just to sum it up, the world started from today because of the climate change, was able to come up with a solution to kind of lower down the temperature, and unfortunately the experiment that they did, which is called CW7 I believe, created a opposite or a polar effect in which the world became basically a new ice age. So they have to have society of those who remain be put on this super train that has 1,000 cars, and it travels.
It's the Love Train?
The Love Train. Exciting and new.
No, that's... Oh, God.
Come aboard.
That's the wrong song. But go... Sorry, didn't mean to...
It's expecting you.
Run!
The Love Train.
Wow, you can edit this.
So this train is running on a perpetual motion engine, meaning that it will never, ever stop. Ever. So society that we now know is reduced down to this train in which the norms of society and hierarchy are still in play. So those who are in the back are the lower class, those up front are the higher class, and so forth. It's interesting. It's not a great movie per se, but because a lot of stars are in this, and it's based on a graphic novel, I highly recommend it if you get a chance, or just wait till the summer and see it in the theaters. But because Chris Evans was in it, I'm sure they're going to market the shit out of this movie coming up soon. Because of Captain America.
But it's an Asian film. It's an independent thing.
Yeah, but still, this is a big crossover for that actor, for that director to come over. Because to get a lot of big names, that means this director is getting his...
He's come up, it's his due.
Yeah, exactly. So,
all right.
So on that note, anything else from you,
I
Mr.
have
G?
nothing to contribute any longer, I'm afraid.
Unfortunately. That will bring the end to our podcast, so hopefully you enjoyed it and liked it enough. And let us know what you think if you saw Captain America, because we like to know what you guys think. Am I right that this was a better movie for the Marvel franchise than Thor 2? Please let me know. Make me feel better about my choices.
Thor 2 didn't do anything. Thor 2 was just entertaining.
Exactly. Thor 2 didn't do anything.
But it was entertaining.
It was boring.
It was a small story
sucked.
about a girl in love and finding
testicle.
the man who loves it. Yeah, I don't know.
It sucked.
I liked it.
I hated it.
I didn't hate Captain America Winter Soldier. It was not.
It wasn't your cup of tea. Alright, guys. Have a good night. And don't forget, Hail Hydra.
From a certain point of view.